to show you a bit of a local myth, legend, if you will. It makes me chuckle every time I come over here. It's too good not to share. It's very cold, very windy. I wanted to stay in. Apparently it's better outside. I'm not sure today. But anyhow, I want to share this with you. We're going to do a bit of a round robin, go take some pictures and try and get the most of this change in the weather. I'd like to bring you and introduce you to a bit of a local legend in our area. I don't know if you can read it from back there. I'll do you a close-up. It's called the cock-growing stone. I believe it's got nothing to do with chickens. You'll also note there's no pamphlets and no instructions. And I believe it's also made of grit stone, which is a bit of a local phenomenon. It's the kind of stone that the wetter it gets, it actually becomes more abrasive. So one can only assume that as a farmer, you come up here and you rub your chicken or something on it, and the chicken gets bigger. I mean, if you rubbed your appendages on it, it probably would get bigger from swelling, wouldn't it? And abrasion. And I'll tell you another thing, I know for a fact it doesn't work. How do you know it doesn't work, Tim? Well, because we look at numbers. If this worked on the male appendage, there'd be a phenomenon that surrounding towns and villages would have men with shattered, distorted spines through carrying around unfeasibly large undercarriages. And you have to ask yourself as well, what kind of village idiot would hike all the way up here just to rub himself up and down on a stone? Oh. Ah. Oh. Ah. The best laid plans, eh? Come out in the snow and it's turned into a rainstorm, like a full-on rainstorm. It's starting to ease up a bit now. I'm just trying to let the weather pass, and there's some interesting stuff. In fact, I'm going to go shoot it now. Come with me, let's just get wet, who cares? Never let it be said that we're fair weather. Let's do it. We've had snow, we've had torrential downpours, everything. We're going out, we're not fair weather. I couldn't bring you on the last one because underfoot it was just all marshes and swamp, and I couldn't find anywhere stable or safe to put the camera. Camera's already gone over twice at cock-growing stone, just for full disclosure. But there's a tree, this tree here, and it's one of those that every time I drive past, I'm like, one day I'm going to get a shot of that. I want it there, like that, with the sun behind it, in fact, on our trusty OM1 Mark II, because it works. You hear a kestrel in the background somewhere, but you don't get the shot if you stay in, do you? You can't tell that snow, can you? I think it's destined to be one of those days today. We've had literally every kind of weather you can think of, and we're now in our bout of sunshine. Apologies for the noise, I'm just coming away from the road. The litter at this place, because it is the Manchester Road, is unreal over there. There are people that say public execution should be banned. I say they should be reserved for people who do that. Anyhow, back to the wandering and the photography. We're not going to fall in this week, that's for sure. Look at the sun, look at this light. This is that rainstorm with sunshine light, look at it. Beautiful. Onward and upward. There's loads of nice sections of waterfall here, just little ones on this stream. My plan is to go higher up, shoot the higher sections, kind of get all the kit out, then wander down with my tripod out, my camera out, so I can just plonk down and shoot. And I'll pick my favourite ones and put them along as we go through. Forgive the audio, there's a lot of crashing water and wind, I do apologise. I think we've successfully reached spot one. I'm going to put my wide angle lens on, my 7-14 f2.8 Pro on the Olympus. I'm going to line my shot up. Probably put a 10-stop filter on it and drag that water. However, I want to do about a quarter of a second as well, because I love the way that water on this rock here is kind of hitting the rock and bouncing. I want to get that if I can as well. Do you know when you get a little bit of luck each day? I think this is mine. I've just literally put it down there. You can't see the screen. I'm not going to come disturb the camera, but it's nearly lined up perfectly. Meant to be. Just adjust my zoom. It needs to be a bit higher, does that? I'm getting a lot of kind of the foreground element, grass in front of the element, which is not really what I want. Now, I'm going to move around. That's better, that's better. That's the shot I'm after. Unfortunately, I'm going to have a little white bland triangle in the top of the screen, top of the shot. Can't really do much about that. Homemade 7-14 filter holder. Let's have it. That was a 1 second exposure. How does that look? I'll tell you how that looks, because I'll put it on screen now. You've got to go out, even when the weather's crap. You don't get the light when you stay in. You've got to go out. Honestly, I do not understand people at all. Okie dokie. You've pretty much seen the framing I want to do. Just need to set it up and get the shots in the bag. I'm just not happy about leaving a camera hanging over the water on the other side where I can't get to it in a hurry should I need to. But this is what we do. These are the chances we take. Right, so that, I believe, is going to be quite complete. That's pleasing. Pleasing, like an Android. And I know you should leave tripods with your 2 second delay. If you're steady, 2 fingers on the centre column. I found that works well with my OM gear anyhow. There we go, that's the shot I want. Bit of framing. 2 second delay. Lovely. And since we're here, I'm going to get the full frame Nikon out as well. I was just going to stay in, so why not? The queer thing is as well, I never planned this one. This was, if I'm honest, this was an act of desperation. On the way over, like I said, I planned on shooting the snow. There's some snowy scenes, as you can see from the beginning. But the sun came out and it started raining and that kind of took care of the snow. And then I just found this, and I've driven past this a million times, because Little Blackcliff Falls is just 2 minutes that way, where you pull into there, so I really do have no excuse for not shooting it. There we go, let's get wet for a bit. That's really cold. Thank goodness for waterproof trousers. Right, back everybody up and off to the next shot. Ooh, look at that, like an acrobat. So, full rundown on today's activities. Bits of snow. I dropped Angry Wife off at the airport this morning. She's going back to the Czech Republic, see her family for a bit. Her mum's 75. I'm at home with the kids. Well, not, I'm obviously out here with you. But Hellion number 1 is probably at work or at the pub with a mate all day, ruined. And Hellion number 2 probably still in his bed and thinks it's still night time because no one's opened the curtains yet. They're missing out. And believe me, I wanted to stay in today more than anything. Just relax with the Yorkshire Panther and chill out. It's cold, it's wet. So easy to just call it off, but boy am I glad I came out. Only downside about today, I didn't bring the drone. If you'd have seen the weather this morning, you'd understand why. Still, we're out, we're here. Let's get some in the bag. You absolute beaut. No, moving on. Look how it just freezes in the air when it's spotted prey. Astonishing it is. Moving on. Absolutely typical. Follow the waterfall up for kind of where you get all the cascades. Not massive, but very pleasing and nice to look at. But you need to shoot it from the other side. So I'm just going to work my way down, cross, and then back up. So after a feat of athleticism that would probably get me on gladiators, I have a dodgy ankle and a dodgy knee. Dodgy ankle, dodgy knee. Be too easy for on the same side. We're here. The point I was making on the other side, when I stand up there and set up there, the water kind of flows away. And it's nice picture. But this way, the water's flowing towards you. It makes for a much more engaging picture when it's coming towards you. Here's a stupid game we like to play sometimes. How slow can you go handheld? And I think I'm going to go low level shooting upstream from this step up, I reckon. Whoop. Nearly wet again. Maybe come back down a bit further. I'm glad Angry Wife's on holiday. She'd be incensed if she saw this. Let's have a look at that. 1.6 second handheld. I'll take that. Sharp as a tack. Let's go longer. So obviously, to go longer off your settings, it's the amount of light coming in. So what you do is you narrow your aperture. I took mine from f2.8 to f4 now, which means I've had to lift the exposure time or the shutter time from 1.6 seconds to 3.2, so it's twice the length. Let's see if we can get this sharp as well. Wow. Needs to be really steady for this. I think I wobbled. Apparently I didn't. Zoom in on that. It's sharp. Could you believe 3.2 handheld is sharp? This isn't me bragging about how good I am. This is the stabilisation on the OM1 Mark II. It's killer. It's crazy. When that shutter trips, you're aware of everything. Your heartbeat, your breathing, everything. Let's have a look at that. Zoom in on that. That'll do. That'll do. Right, let's see if I can get home without getting soaking wet. Somebody didn't think this through. There we go. This is going to be incredibly ungraceful, so I'm just going to turn you off. Let's just get a couple with the DSLR as well. Honestly, it's had such a strange effect on me as this. I really do enjoy shooting it. I never thought that'd be the case. I thought, yeah, I'll dig it. Lens cap. I thought I'll dig it and maybe scratch an itch and that'll be it. I can see this being a permanent part of my arsenal. I can. I'm probably going to have to pack up and head back because what time are we on? It's getting cold, I know that. 5 to 2. Hellion number 2 will probably be trying to eat Hellion number 1. But it just goes to show, doesn't it? Even in terrible weather, you can go out and find cool things to shoot. Just be out. It's good for your head. It's good for your pictures. It makes you feel better. And it also, I want to address my major gripe with OM1 Mark II. And in fact, most of my Olympus gear since day one. And it is a major gripe, is because of the weather sealing, there is never an excuse to stay in. It'll take it, so you have to too. I hope you've enjoyed the video. A bit ad hoc. The weather was terrible. You know what it's like. I'm about 2 weeks ahead of where the timeline is in reality. It's just been rain, great. I had to get out and do something. And today it was a case of, if it's raining and snowing, I'm going out. If it's sunshine, I'm going out. I don't care. I had to go out and take pictures. Thank you ever so much for coming along. It means the world to me doing this and sharing it with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next one. It is better outdoors. Thanks.